All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, veterans, and all you beautiful, amazing people that love and support us veterans. Hey, welcome to another episode, Hump Day, episode 011, here on Heart of a Volunteer Veterans Podcast. We got Patrick Russell, and we're going to be talking about some SGB and what's been going on in his life. So come join us. Come have some fun. Welcome. Hey, Patrick, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, doing good, Chris. Thanks for having me back on, man.
Yeah, man. No, thank you for coming on, man. You're out there being a guinea pig for the podcast, man. Everyone listening, almost, it's I know it's not right to say, but you're our guinea pig, man, and we love you. No, man. What's
greater good?
All for the greater good, right? What's been going on, man? What's been since the last time we talked? When was you came on the show before?
Yeah, I was on War Music.
That's right.
Spoke about my jams while being deployed and time overseas. But yeah, since then, see, my kids they go to Alaska every summer, spend time with their grandparents, and they just recently got back, and we've been, just trying to make up for lost time, getting ready for school. Right. My son started 10th grade.
Wow.
And celebrated his 15th birthday, and daughter started 4th grade. So two pretty big steps forward. Doing a lot of work around the house, just getting some things. When being in the military, coming and going, a lot of things got neglected, and this is my first year being out of the military, so we're just taking advantage of that time and getting some stuff done around the house and spending time with the missus. And then I got myself a new career as a project manager, working for Paul Davis Home Restoration. It's pretty rewarding and pretty good gig.
What do you guys do there,
helping
man?
out people.
Oh no, go ahead.
Well,
I'm jumping all over the place for you.
We deal with insurance losses. So smoke, fire, storm, water, wind damage to your home. Call your insurance company. We come in and we restore it back to like nothing happened. And it's pretty rewarding when you see. I look at it as helping people, because you go into their homes and you see what has happened, and then you rebuild it. And as a project manager, I'm responsible for managing the project, moving it forward, and getting all the contractors and all that stuff, and going from what it was to how it used to be. But I say but better. It's pretty rewarding and fulfilling. So I enjoy that work. But also trying to manage that and family life, and then also managing the nonprofit Resilency Outreach that I know we've spoke about before.
Right.
We're trying to do some good stuff.
And we still need to get you on here for an episode so we can let everybody know exactly what you do.
That's right.
Get down in the weeds. Yeah.
But yeah, just doing some trying to do what we can for veterans. This summer we've helped out with some homeless vets and helped out a couple people get back up on their feet, and so that's pretty rewarding. And we got some good stuff lined up for the rest of the year, and we can talk about that more in a later episode.
Oh, absolutely, man. Hey, and like I said, like we were talking earlier, if you need to do some kind of episode or something like that to promote, where it's just you talking, you introducing it for, Resilency Outreach, not hard of a volunteer, just let us know, man. And we'll get that taken care of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, much appreciated.
So you can do some promotion.
Definitely take advantage of that.
Yeah, do that, brother. We're here. You might have to bring your own music, man, because some of my music's a little crazy. You never know what you're going to get. But,
that's right. But yeah, so also with that, this summer, gotten 2 Stellate Ganglion Block injections. First one was in June, and I think that was before War Music came out. Yeah, it was, because we talked a little bit about it during that. So yeah, just prior to War Music coming out, I had my first Stellate Ganglion Block, and then I just got my second dose last Thursday.
Right.
And feeling great, man. Feeling great.
Okay, so let's go back and talk about. So you got the first one in June, and
Yep.
when did? Because I know we were talking how it varies. Some people it works for like 2-3 days and it's gone. How long did yours last, and when did you start to feel like the symptoms coming back?
Lasted about 2 months. The first one did, and it probably started to feel it taper off about 2.5 weeks ago. And, when I told the doctor that, he was actually pretty impressed that it held on for so long. Cause like you said, everybody's different, and everybody reacts to, treatments differently. And so he was pretty happy that it lasted so long. And we're hoping that with each iteration, with each dosage, that it'll hold longer, and it'll hold longer to the point where, I don't need to go in anymore and do it. But yeah, man, started feeling it taper off about 2.5 weeks ago, with just, going from a euphoric sensation when I first got the injection to, I could feel myself starting to feel a little bit more anxious and a little bit more on edge.
Right.
And, up until the point where, last Wednesday was like, is it frickin' Thursday yet?
Right,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So yeah,
Could your wife feel like the old Pat coming back? Could she feel that and see it and everything that's happening?
Yeah, she asked me a few times when my next injection was going to be. I think she was missing the new version of Pat.
The sweet sexy Pat.
Yeah, she was. What's that?
Sweet sexy Pat.
That's right, sweet and sexy. But yeah, no, it's just, I think we talked about it before. When you get that first injection, you get this sense of euphoria. One, it's not I'm going to be completely transparent. It's not a very comfortable procedure. They stick a needle into your, the right side of your neck, into your C spine, to the stellate ganglion nerve bundle. And, they stick a needle in there and inject a numbing agent and a little bit of steroid into it, and you feel every second of it. And it's it's not the most comfortable procedure, but when it's over, the first dosage, the right side of my face went numb, and I looked like I stroked out.
Wow!
But hey, man, we're sitting there watching Letterkenny and just super giggly and euphoric, and just didn't care. Driving through Murfreesboro traffic and people cutting you off and you're waving at them like, have a nice day. Like, you didn't care. Like nothing bothered you. And sitting on my couch and just vegging out because you're just so relaxed. I mean, it was a complete night and day difference to the way I was the day before, where, it was go, 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 go You know what I mean? And to now I can actually sit there and I can pet my dog and, you know, be happy about it. You know what I mean? And yeah, and then this next iteration, you know, is the same thing. Like I said, I felt it tapering off. I was more irritable. I was more anxious. I was going back to the way that I was. You know, wife, kids, you know, just being a little bit over the edge with them, and then getting that injection and going right back to, you know, happy go lucky. And it's a pretty good feeling. But you know, this time my arm went numb instead of my face. So that was fine.
I did see that you said that, and I'm glad. I'm glad you're good now.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of concerned. I was sitting there in the chair because I went to go put my shirt on. I almost fell over because, you know, you get kind of lightheaded. Nurses sat me down. I was just sitting there on my phone, just like do 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 do, and I'm like, my thumb is tingly, and I couldn't feel my arm. And I went to go put my phone on the desk, and I ended up throwing my phone across the room because I had no control over my arm. and I'm just. And
you
again,
you didn't break your phone, did you?
No, it's fine.
It's okay.
But you know, that euphoric sensation. I just watched my phone fly across the ward, and I'm just laughing. I'm like,
yeah,
you know, and I can't feel my arm and all that. And you know, the doctor, what he was saying is the stellate ganglion nerve bundle. You know, that nerve bundle right there. It's the nerves that go to your upper extremities. Right. I'm not too smart on it, but I do know that he did say that a nerve for your arm is part of that bundle, and some of the numbing agent must have gotten on that nerve, which is what caused my arm to go numb. And I mean, I'm fine now. It's a common side effect. He was saying, so not terribly worried about it or concerned, and I'm back to normal now.
Heck yeah. Well, hey, let me ask you this here, Matt, 'cause I know we were talking about, you know, like for both of us, you know, we go to counseling and stuff, talk to folks.
Yeah.
Did you notice as these symptoms started to come back from, you know, the first procedure wearing off, that you had, you know, that you had skills that you'd kind of learned during the good time? You know what I mean? And maybe like a perspective on, you know, maybe what was causing anxiety. So that when it started to happen, you had more control, or is it coming back even less when it came back this, you know, after the first one? Was it less than when you started? You know.
No, I understand what you're saying. I would say so. Like you said, when you're in that state of mind and you have the same stressors impacting you, interacting with you, and you're a little bit more clear-minded about it. You handle it differently, so you almost reprogram your brain. And so, yeah, when it tapered off, a lot of the old feelings were coming back, and I wanted to revert or relapse, if you will. But I think that as you said, I like it kind of a coping. Kind of like a coping mechanism or a way to a more healthier way to handle that stress.
Right.
Yeah. So it didn't come back with a vengeance. And so I'm hoping that as with each dose that one, it lasts longer, but you know, every time that, you know, it starts to wind down, it's just a little bit less and a little bit less and a little bit less.
Right. Yeah. Dude, I just got goosebumps when you started saying that, man. No, that's, dude, Pat, that's awesome, man. You know, the thing is, it's, you know, for you, off the charts amazing. Off the charts amazing for you and your family, your organization, you know, your career that you're in now, and then an example, you know, for another veteran, you know, that has the opportunity to get this, to make a good choice. You're another outlet for them, man. So this is good stuff, man. This is good stuff, brother. You're the guinea pig, man. We love you. Everyone loves the guinea pig, man. You're the one that's going to unmasking procedures.
He'll eat anything.
Man.
But yeah.
All right. So a numb arm, you're a little, your head's a little, a little wobbly. What other things are you feeling going on right then? You got the euphoric feeling.
Oh, after the injection?
Yeah. Yeah. What else is happening? Is being like kind of stripped away and you're starting to kind of see.
Man, like you feel just weight being lifted is the only way I can describe it. So for me, because you have a needle in your neck, you're not really breathing. You're just kind of like doing that number, right? Trying to breathe through your nose, not move your jaw, don't talk, don't do anything, right? Because you don't want to nick your jugular or anything like that.
Right.
So when they get done, you're like, they're like, are you going to pass out because you didn't breathe for like 5 minutes? But once that starts wearing off and you can feel, man, you feel this like really, this sensation where it just feels all of this weight is just lifted off of you. And you almost feel floaty.
Wow.
It's not like lightheaded. It's not like, it's not like being drunk or high or anything like that. It's just literally like you feel 10 pounds lighter, and you sit in the recovery room unless you have a driver, which I never do. I sit in the recovery room for about 45 minutes and they just monitor you. But I sit there and I just look at like YouTube videos and memes and all that, and just giggling my little self off for about 45 minutes in the recovery room. But that's the best way I can describe it is you just start to feel weightless and all your cares just kind of lifting away.
What's it do for like your sleep? Does it help
so much better?
Help you relax?
I'm glad you brought that up because I was actually thinking about that. Man, I sleep so much better when I was getting out. When you get out, you go get tested for sleep apnea and stuff. And I don't have sleep apnea, but they found out that I have restless leg syndrome. And they started, doping me up with sleep medicine for that. And since I started with the SGB, I don't take it anymore. I sleep soundly. I sleep longer. I sleep deeper. I mean, it's great.
Well, you said you're waking up early. You're waking up early in the morning to, get a workout in before you head off to work, and you're waking up refreshed.
And I've never, the Army never beat that out of me. I've never been a morning person, and but yeah, I'm waking up. I'm waking up at like 4 a.m. I go crush the gym before I go to work, and I hard charge throughout the work day. I come home, cook dinner, take care of my kids, and then I just rinse and repeat. But yeah, all without getting drained,
Right. What medications are you? I mean, you still taking medications? I'm not going to ask you what, but are you still taking some for?
No. The only one I take is my aspirin. But they had me on those sleep meds and gabapentin and all these other things. I stopped taking all that stuff. I mean, it did what it's supposed to, I guess. But like I said, once I started this, there was just no need for it. By the time I thought about like, I better take my sleep meds, I've been asleep for an hour. So.
Now what's the next move, man? I know you're doing your therapy in conjunction with this, and I'm excited, man, to hear. I'm not excited. I would prefer when I talk to you again. I go, hey, is it wearing off yet? No, it hasn't. And like a year from now, hey, are you going to get your third one? No, man, I don't need it anymore. I already told you that. I hope that happens. I hope that happens for you, man, after this one. But just in case it doesn't, I really would like to, to have another talk with you to find out, through counseling, talking with, your therapist and kind of coming up with a little bit of a plan. And then, like you said, like as as your fight or flight process gets flipped and gets turned down, so it's running on normal levels. When it starts to wear off, maybe it's kind of a smooth process and something that you can totally handle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I understand what you mean. Going through the therapy and within that new state of mind, being able to uncover different, maybe just some different things that might have just been covered up over the years, and being able to work through it in a healthier environment, or a healthier way, rather than with a clouded mind.
Yeah. Oh, I think you got it right the first time, man. Environment. I mean, if you're if you're saying that you were night and day, you got Patrick, and then you got Pat, right? Pat's the one that your wife loves, adores, right? And then the other one is like,
That's right.
Get out of here. That understanding of each other, because you're almost kind of like Dr. Jekyll a little bit as it starts to wear off. But you've got one side that like understands. So you've got like you're building. I guess a way to say it would be this: when you're on the SGB, you're building a strong superego. Your superego is going to control the ego, and as it starts to come down, you've got more control over the chaos that's going to be happening when anxiety starts to really take its toll. And then you get the second shot, and your superego builds even more control. You know what I mean? And then, like you said, it's like your mind gets conditioned, and then once it does make the reset, then you're already on a good path. But I think you're right, man, about the therapy. You've got to have good stuff going in if you're going to get good results.
Yeah, and you hit it on the head. It's just all about reconditioning. And with the therapy, with the counselor there to put the good things in to replace what has been identified and what's getting worked on, reconditioning your mind. We talked before about all that. Being in the Army, you're trained to react accordingly to a different situation. That's why you have battle drills and online training and all that.
Online training.
Yeah. That's where you get the new guy to do it for you.
Right.
But your brain, for it doesn't matter if you've been in for one enlistment or for a career, your brain has been conditioned. You go to basic training and you're stripped away, and your brain is remolded to be that of a warrior. And you go through your career, combat deployments, whatever. You react accordingly to crowds, to traffic, to whatever stressors, right?
Yeah.
And that's where that fight or flight thing comes in. You're trained to fight. And before I lose my train of thought, with constant deployments and not having that fight or flight switch turned off, you come home, you deploy, you come home, you deploy, you never get the chance to hit that reset button. So your brain becomes conditioned. You get the SGB, you have a chance to recondition your brain. You have a chance to kind of numb that fight response.
That system. Yeah.
Yeah. You get a chance to numb that. So then you go, you can go to a crowded restaurant and be like, what, this isn't so bad. And, and you retrain your brain on how to respond to things. People get up in your face like, it's not even worth it. Not even worth it. Because now you have a chance to think, some breathing room, and over time, reconditioning your brain. I mean, I'm pretty excited with the direction that it's going. I guess is the bottom line.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm excited for you, brother. You know,
pumped.
I'm excited. Yeah, I know you're pumped, man.
I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, for so long, I mean, since my first deployment to, my first deployment to Anbar, many years ago, man, I was just so angry at everything, and just, everything that people, everything that people get when they go through a rough deployment and all that. And it's just really nice to be able to not care anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's you're able to accept it and move on, I guess. Not dwelling on it anymore.
Now, is there understanding coming along with it when you get that clarity? Pull an understanding from it.
I strongly believe so. Like it doesn't, the only caveat, not the only one, but a caveat that I would say about the SGB is it's not going to get rid of the memories. It's not going to get rid of, what happened. Nothing's going to get rid of that. That's yours forever. But what I think it'll benefit somebody is that you're able to process it differently, in a way that, maybe it's not as not as unhealthy or degrading to your own morale or your own joy, I guess. You're able to process it and just realize that, there's just some things that you can't change. You can't. There's nothing. Don't kill. Don't. Let me stop my words there. Don't.
You're good, man.
Don't. Don't worry about things you can't control.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you have no control over it, don't worry about it. I mean, you're able to cope a little bit better. And I know that's a hard pill for some people to swallow, and I get it. I totally get it. But it's worked. It's worked for me.
Have you been doing some mindfulness practice, man? It sounds like you've been doing like some mindfulness training. Because you're talking.
No,
you're talking about just no. I mean, well, you know what, man? Maybe that's what it does for you. It relaxes you enough that you can get a deeper understanding of it.
I mean, like I said, with that sense of clarity and the calm mind, you just you look at it, you look at things differently, and like I said, for the first time in 15 years, I can just look back and say, you know what, I'm not going to injure myself or have moral injury over something I had no control over.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I hope that, I hope that will be enough for somebody to go maybe try the SGB. That's saying, hey, there's a chance that maybe I don't have to live with this burden, with this demon on my back anymore. Maybe this is what I need to get a clear mind, so then it can be uncovered and it can be addressed and it can be replaced with positive thoughts. So I hope that somebody listening, that probably be the biggest takeaway.
Well, I got to tell you, Pat, man, your ability to understand this, man, like, yourself in this. There's a lot of people that, that find find help in recovery, that they can never identify, like, when it happened, what the effects, and be able to feel it, the difference, because it's like it's your body, like almost in a chemical nature, being affected. And I just think that's amazing, man. Not because I'm into substances that change perception and everything, but I know veterans that are affected deeply by that, and the kind of relief they can get. You're talking about a moment. I just think of it this way, man. A mother or father, They can't live in the moment, when their child is doing something amazing. They can't be in the moment because of other things that are happening around them. If that was just stripped away and all of a sudden their attention was just completely drawn on their, on their kid, for them to see this amazing thing that they're doing, and so that they, their own heart can be touched. You know what I'm saying? I hate that people miss out on that because of something that can be fixed. And if there's a procedure out there, I want mothers and fathers to get to relief. So they can love each other, they can love their kids, they can see those great moments and be a part of them. We're here for such a short time, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't. I'm over here, man, talking like I'm hugging on family members and kids and stuff. I'm not, man. I'm terrible at it. I love all of them, and I need to do a better job at it, and I will. But yeah.
Well, that's all we can do is just get better.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
You're right, man.
Keep trying.
I'll keep
Don't
trying.
give up.
I'm not going to give up.
I know you're not. I was speaking out to the radio world.
Oh man, I thought you were talking to me. I appreciate it. No, I absolutely appreciate you keeping me on point, man. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. That was for me. You can say it was for listeners. I got you, bro. It's okay.
All right.
Yeah. No, that's good stuff, man. No, like I said, man, I'm happy. I'm happy for you, man. And keep it going. Keep it going. And if you need anything, reach out. Like I said, let's start working on Resilency Outreach. Let's get you on here, and let's tell the world, man, what you guys do.
Man, you're gonna need some coffee and some tissues and all that good stuff for a long road.
All right.
If that makes sense, I don't know. I need coffee.
All right, Pat. Well, hey, man, we're going to wind this thing down. We're at just went over 30. You got anything else for people, man? All the listeners out there, what do you got for them? Show's yours, man.
No, I mean, don't. I would just say that in the realms of what you may be dealing with out there from your circumstances or from your experiences, or maybe like what's going on today, yesterday, tomorrow. One, don't worry about tomorrow, right? Forget about yesterday. Just focus on today. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You're not weak for it. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I got put on the SGB program because I Googled it and gave a piece of paper to my doctor and said, I want this. And she said, okay. So don't be afraid to do a little bit of research and to give something a shot if it might make the difference.
Right. Hey, Pat, are you good with people that hear on the show that friend you or send you messages and ask you some questions about it? Are you good with that, brother?
Yeah, I mean, I'm by no means no expert, but I'll answer any questions I can.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Veterans are if they find someone good to give them answers, they'll ask questions. And if it's another veteran, we definitely flock together. That's how the barracks lawyer became rose out of the ashes. No.
Yeah, no. Anybody with any questions can contact me anytime.
Good deal. All right, brother. Well, hey, I will talk to you. Probably here in the next couple of days, and we'll talk some more, man.
Sounds good, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man, and many blessings to you and yours, man.
You too, buddy.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Hey, Pat Russell coming on. That was an amazing episode. Pat knows, I'm telling you, he knows what's going on. He's in touch with himself going through this. And, he is going to come out of this with the ability to explain this to other people, understanding himself, what he's been through, and what it's like on the other side. So as you're going through your difficulties, folks, don't just go through it. Remember the feeling. That way you can share that, all right, that information, and help another veteran out if they're struggling. Okay. So hey, continue to share. The podcast is doing amazing. People are downloading. People are liking it. We're going to keep on doing it. Not a big deal. So keep sharing it and continue doing great things out there, folks. Keep doing great things and stay blessed. All right. We'll catch you on Friday. Have a good one. Hey, Pat, are you still there?
Yeah, man.
Hey, I'm still recording. Do you just give us a word, man? Just a word, one word. Pat.
Bang.
Bang. All right, everybody.
Bang.
Bang. Bang is the word for the MRE box surprise. All you got to do is message me. Bang is the word. Heart of Volunteer, copyright 2019.